What's going on, everybody? Redraft fantasy football ADPs are really starting to come together. A lot of people across the industry are starting to do mock drafts and starting to really look forward to the 2022 fantasy football season. It's redraft season, everybody. Super excited for the upcoming 2022 season. So, I'm going to continue my series here on my favorite players to target and my favorite players to fade in fantasy football redraft fantasy football right now, according to what we've seen from ADP so far. I'm Hutchinson Brown from Footballguys. I'm at TYFMNFL on Twitter. Before I get into this video, make sure you all subscribe to the Footballguys YouTube channel. Click that notifications bell so you'll be notified every single time a new video drops on this awesome YouTube channel. And make sure you check out all of Footballguys content everywhere you find fantasy football content. All right, last week we talked about Gabe Davis and why I think he's overvalued. This week, I want to talk about Brandin Cooks and how he's undervalued in fantasy football drafts. Brandin Cooks, 28-year-old wide receiver of the Houston Texans, just recently signed a 2-year deal with the Texans this offseason. So it looks like he's going to be a Texan for a couple of years now. Very excited to see him as a Texan because he's going to get a lot of volume. But there's also a ton of other reasons to like Brandin Cooks. Right now, according to Footballguys average draft position, which you can find on their website, Brandin Cooks is going at 58 overall. And it's been slipping actually over the past couple weeks. I've followed his ADP over the past couple weeks. It's actually been slipping. It was near 50, and now it's been slipping all the way down to 58 over the past couple weeks. He's going as wide receiver 24 off the board. 24. And we do this every year with Brandin Cooks. He starts off in the top 20 because we're like, oh, he finishes about a top 20 receiver last season. Let's get him there. And then some hype builds up for some players. Young, maybe not rookie wide receivers, but breakout wide receivers start to build up hype. Their younger players start to build up hype. And then Brandin Cooks slips in drafts every single season. And you got to keep drafting. You got to keep getting Brandin Cooks in your roster because he just beats that ADP every single season. Look, there's only been 2 seasons in his 8-year career where he's played less than 15 games. A lot of people like to mark him as injury prone, and he's really not. Only 2 seasons he's played less than 15 games. So in those other 6 seasons where he played at least 15 games or more, he's finished as a top 20 wide receiver. 4 seasons as a top 15 wide receiver, and this is all PPR scoring, by the way. Like, he is just producing every single season when he's on the field. And now he's in the Texans offense yet again this season, ready to take in a ton of volume because the Texans, as much as we wanted them to, did not add a wide receiver in this draft, at least not a high capital wide receiver in this draft. Nobody that we need to be really, really concerned about to take Brandin Cooks' volume. They didn't add a Drake London in the top 15 mix. They didn't add a Garrett Wilson or anybody like that. They just said, you know what, Brandin Cooks is our guy. And they did not add a primary pass catching running back either. Like, they are going to rely on Brandin Cooks once again. It's going to be the Brandin Cooks show in Houston. And it's going to be awesome. I mean, Brandin Cooks is just going to get a ton of volume, probably hit 1,000 yards, maybe 1,100, score like 6-7 touchdowns. It's going to be great. Brandin Cooks is going to be great. And I want you listening at home. I know that you may not want to feel excited about him because there's a lot of younger younger breakout receivers around him. Like Courtland Sutton's going right next to him right now in ADP, according to Footballguys. Darnell Mooney, Jerry Jeudy are right next to him. Gabe Davis is close behind him. I want you to get excited for Brandin Cooks. I want you to get excited for him, not just see him as like, oh, the veteran, whatever. Get excited for him on your team because when where you're drafting him, you're getting a great value and you are. It's not a risk because Brandin Cooks, when he's healthy on the field, he is dominating and he's beating his ADP every single season. I want you to get hyped. I want you to get excited for Brandin Cooks. And I want you to make a commitment to draft him because analysts every single season say draft Brandin Cooks, draft Brandin Cooks, draft Brandin Cooks. And then they don't. And he keeps falling in ADP. There's a reason he falls in ADP every year. It's because people talk about him and just don't draft him. Like they just don't talk about him enough. You need to keep scooping up Brandin Cooks. Keep playing him as a wide receiver 2 on your roster. You will not regret it. Get excited to draft Brandin Cooks over these young hype players because gonna be honest with you, I love a lot of young players. Like there's a lot of young players I'm hoping break out, but not all of them will. A lot of them will fail. But Brandin Cooks will be right there inside the top 20 every single season. You just got to keep drafting him. All right, everybody, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to this Football Guys YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time a new video drops on this awesome YouTube channel. Check out all of Football Guys' awesome fantasy football content. I'm Hutchinson Brown from Footballguys. I'm at TYFMNFL on Twitter. We will see you guys next week.